What's going on, guys? So, I literally just got back in from Memphis about 10 hours ago, and I had been sleeping like all through the night. I get a text this morning, and I get mm, probably about 50 different notifications between Facebook, people hit me up on Facebook, people hit me up on Twitter, people hit me up on email. I get somewhere between 20 to 50 notifications a day, which is strange considering how small of a social media personality I actually am. Excuse me, my throat is a little hoarse. But one of the notifications was somebody who sent me a Facebook inbox DM that a brother who I just recently discovered within the last couple of months, thanks to a brother on that let me on to this guy through Twitter, Renegade number one, who was a black pillar and anti-feminist, has committed suicide by gunshot. Now, um, how am I gonna start this? Okay, well, number one, sometime last month, I'd have to look back to see when the time was exactly, but I believe it was mid March. It may have been February 14th or February 15th. Don't quote me though. I released my last video on YouTube saying that I was taking a hiatus from taking a break from uploading videos because things were picking up for me in my business, and there was a certain project that I was already working on called Who She Chose that I had to put on pause. And I don't think I've ever until today, I've never broke um, a series, meaning uploaded a video before I finished. Well, actually, I actually have, but it's been years where I actually interrupted a video series that I'm doing with another video before I completed that series. And so the Who She Chose series was supposed to be a 4-part series, but as this COVID-19 crap, propaganda crap is going down, my business is actually picking up. So I've been ripping and running all across this state and the surrounding states, doing what I do. So my the time that I have to produce videos has dramatically decreased. Now the funny thing is, prior to the pickup, okay, I was on a roll. I had produced about 30 something, I think just short of 30 videos before I had to put everything on pause. And then I've produced about 5 videos since, but 30 versus 5 after the pickup, that you can see a dramatic decrease in videos. I have tried my best to stay active, to have somewhat of a still existent presence on Facebook and Instagram, still promoting my Patreon blogs, which I just uploaded new videos for on brighteon.com a couple of weeks ago. But I had to take a pause. Plus, what the plan was, and I don't mean to. I'm just trying to help you guys understand how serious this situation is with this brother taking his life. Um, there is this really pathetic beta male stalking bum who, let's just say for right now, he thinks he knows me, And what I was planning on doing, because like I said, I got to fit everything in between my schedule. I was planning on, since he thinks that he knows me, since he thinks he can fuck with me, I was going to show him who the master was. But, what the plan was to release this project, okay? Tactically nuking this moron who doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. And wait until I release any more videos, including the Who She Chose series, until I release that, right? And that was slated for sometime in later on this month or early next month. But with this news of this brother's suicide, I had to come back. I didn't want to, it's very hard for me as a content creator. I've been sitting on about 35 videos, plus working on this one big roastathon project. Um, I've been sitting on all of that, just figuring, well, I got business to take care of. But when I heard this brother killed himself earlier this morning, like, this broke my silence, because I'm gonna leave a link to the last video. I hope his channel doesn't get taken down, and it might get flagged, but because he spoke some real shit on his channel. But I'm gonna leave the link to the last video that this brother Renegade #1 made. I'm working on finding out his real name. Usually, unless it's a celebrity or something, they don't report on the news like suicides and natural deaths. So I don't know how much information I'm gonna be able to find out about this brother. But when I was led on to him, this brother spoke some of the realest shit about modern life, about women, about the mentality of men. He was like a better version of me. It was scary. When the big shout out to the brother, I don't know if he wants his name mentioned, but the brother who turned me on to this guy, big shout out to him. For letting me on to this guy. When I heard his very first video, okay, it was scary. It was like he was able to say the things that I've been trying to tell men for years, but he was able to do it. He was able to better articulate himself than me. And I mean, his last video, okay, was about living life as a Sigma male. And he was saying the difference between Sigmas, Alphas, and Betas is that Sigmas aren't worried about, being competitive, or, chasing women, or being dominant like Alphas, but they're not, weak like Betas. They're basically men who do their own thing. They derive all of their confidence and self-worth from their inner self, okay? And they're not reliant upon the acceptance of others for the mental strength that they need to survive. Go check his videos out. I mean, this guy really knew his stuff. It was frightening how accurate he was when describing the modern day situation for men, and particularly black men. I don't think I've even did as good of a job in the last, how long have I been doing this? 7 years as he did in the last. I think he's been on for about 2 years, and his channel was just starting to grow. And it's funny because I have among the dozens of videos that I have waiting in queue, I was just about to start talking about social media personalities primarily these insta thoughts that are committing suicide all online. But you know, I mean, this brother was his channel was growing, and you know, I will say this: last week, I was thinking to myself while listening to some of his videos, I was saying, this brother, he sounds strong, but I also sense that there might be a bit of depression in there. I sensed that there was, you know, maybe, you know, he sounded so real, but you know, I know a lot of people online, they put up a front, you know, like they're something that they're not. And apparently there's some morons on here who think that that's what I am, but they're going to find out different, but that's a subject for another video. But, you know, there are a lot of people, you know, these insta thoughts, even these manosphere dudes, a lot of people are fronting, even those that are speaking real shit, they're speaking truth to power. They're going through a lot in life. They're hiding a lot. And I told people this before, that a lot of what you see, you know, we heard recently of this Michaela Pink female who was arrested for scamming black women out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, one of these hypergamous level up females, and turns out she wasn't living the lifestyle that she was teaching black women to live, yada yada yada. A lot of people online are living a lie, okay? And you know, it is unfortunate when it's somebody who is, you know, speaking truth, like they really know their stuff, but at the same time, it's like what they're projecting to the world is like self therapy. A lot of and I was planning on doing a video about this, where I said that a lot of the people that you hear, I remember there were many years ago, I think it was 2014, there was this black girl, dark skinned black girl. She had this movement going, like dark skinned black girls and red lipstick or something like that. Some of y'all remember her name. Uh, it was part of some black female empowerment thing that was going on. She committed suicide. And I remember Tommy Sotomayor talking about it, about how a lot of these people that are preaching to you, you know, whether you like them or dislike them, a lot of what they're doing is self therapy. Okay, a lot of people start on social media, you know, in that sector of, you know, speaking on social issues, because by communicating their thoughts to the world, they're actually, you know, like giving themselves therapy, because they have a lot of internal issues. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like they're helping themselves by helping you. Okay, through what they're saying, and unfortunately, some of them, you know, it's not enough. And I get, you know, as strong as this brother was talking, like I did get a sense that maybe there was something a little bit more there. I mean, cause the dude, my jaw dropped. Let me tell you something. Besides, Aquasi, I have not heard anybody as real as this dude. I have not heard anybody speak as real as this dude since like Aquasi, and a couple of other people. I mean, the only people that I'm subscribed to is like David Carroll, Aquasi, and this Renegade #1 dude. Very few people on the internet impress me. I know you brothers send me links to videos all the time. More than half of them, I don't even get a chance to look at. When I do look at them, 90% of them, I'm not impressed, because I know a lot of people online, you know, they're just running their mouth and either not knowing what they're talking about, or again, they're living a lie. But this brother, he really knew his shit, but you know, he had some inner demons that you know, he to some extent, I guess he wasn't as black pilled as um, he wanted to be, or that he was teaching black men to be, because, or maybe, perhaps he did. In one of his videos, he did, and y'all have to forgive me again. I just woke up. I just got past a long ass road trip. So, I'm maybe not articulating myself the way I want, but he did mention about how death for him, and I don't remember if it was his last video about the Sigma male or another video, but he did communicate that um, death for him would he prepares himself. I think what he said was he prepares himself for death. He looks forward to death. But I didn't think that he was talking about that in the sense of like he was planning to commit suicide. I thought he was talking about like in the sense of, not being afraid to die. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, and it's really it shakes me a little bit to know that this brother has passed the way he has, because again, he was one of only a few dudes. I was actually playing. This guy was so fucking real. Once I get over the hump of you know shit that's making me busy, I was actually planning on my comeback return to social media. I was planning on actually asking this brother if he wanted to come on a live stream. I wanted to do a lot. There's not too many dudes that I want to fuck with on the internet, but because a lot of these sometimey ass Negroes, you know what I said about them, and I was reminded of that last month. But I was actually planning on inviting this dude on one of my live streams when I did finally make a comeback in spring. But you know, I guess it's not to be, because my thing is, I realize now with this brother, I mean, there was nobody. I don't even think I hit. I do a lot of cussing. I'm very vulgar, but no, I hadn't heard anybody as clear cut as this dude was with the Marlboro Man mindset. They call himself Black Pillars, but Black Pillars and Marlboro Man. Marlboro Man is actually a type of black pill mentality, and so I never heard somebody with the Marlboro Man mindset as real as this dude. And for him to have committed suicide, what I'm hoping is that him committing suicide, he felt like that was a extension, or that was the final solution to his ideology, his black pill anti-feminist ideology. I'm hoping that this was not a case, but I sense it may have been a case. As I told you before, a lot of people online are, projecting to the world what's really going on the inside, more than they're actually trying to teach the world. I suspect, but I hope not, that this was a sense of, him exhibiting, him displaying signs of strength online, when in real life he had a lot of weaknesses and vulnerabilities. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to speculate any further, but for him to have committed suicide, I felt like it further isolated me, because, as I told you guys before, I have never, and I've been through some shit in my life. I have never, not even once, I have never, ever been suicidal. Never. And now that I live the Marlboro Man mindset, it's like, like I really, like, because for me, suicide and depression is derived from you being disappointed that you don't meet certain social expectations. I believe that most people who are suicidal and suffer through depression, they're they're matching themselves up to what they see in the real world. Okay? And that's why they feel so stressed. That's why they feel so disappointed with themselves. Because, you know, they feel like they're not measuring up to what is expected of them. Okay? What they expect from themselves is based on what they feel the society expects of them. Okay? And I've never been like that. Okay? I quite frank I told, when I say literally that if everybody disappeared off the face of this earth, that I wouldn't even blink twice. It wouldn't even fucking bother me. Besides my family members, of course. I wouldn't give two shits past a fuck. I'm not gonna be like Will Smith on fucking I Am Legend, going into that store talking to the mannequin, talking about, please talk to me. I have dolls, but I don't see these dolls as anything more than inanimate. They're the same as my office chair or my TV or my video game console or my refrigerator. Something that I need and want. I use it. When I'm done with it, I put it away. It is what it is. I literally do not have that 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 instinctive need to be connected to other people. Like if there was no internet, before there was the internet, like I wouldn't, I was just enjoying my own personal company at home back when I was living with my parents so many years ago. But I realized that a lot of people do not have that strength like me. I've had some newer brothers that have hit me up, and you know, I try not to get annoyed, because if I don't know you, and it's like you're blowing my shit up on DM like 50 times in a day, it's like it's irritating. But I understand that there's some people that like they literally need a friend. Like me, I don't give a fuck. I'm glad that I have, people who look up to me, but it's like I honestly could care less. I honestly I'm not saying I couldn't care less about my supporters, but I'm saying like me as just like just me. Like if I was put in a hole and I had stuff to survive, like it honestly wouldn't bother me. It really wouldn't. But I understand everybody's not like that. And a lot of these people are self-projecting on the internet. And it's really sad. Again, it's really sad. This one dude, I forget his name, he did a live stream not too long ago, and he confirmed the death. He said that Renegade #1 had contacted him a couple of days ago with a picture text holding a gun and saying goodbye, my friend. And he didn't think anything of it because he knew that Renegade #1 was kind of gloomy and dark. His personality was kind of gloomy anyway, and so he didn't think anything of it. And then 2 days later, somehow he got in contact with the brother of Renegade #1, and he confirmed that the dude shot himself. And I would say this, like, if you have somebody in your family or somebody that is like expressing thoughts of suicide or depression, like don't ignore that. Because like I haven't released those videos yet, but there's even like a lot of young people, including a lot of these. There've been a couple of social media personalities that have mainly young females that have millions of followers. They're physically attractive too, that have committed suicide. I mean, Robin Williams committed suicide. This was a man that, and Robin Williams, I don't mean to make this go on and on and on, but Robin Williams was a prime example of what I'm talking about. This man made a career out of making the world laugh. He was a comedian, a world-renowned comedian. But on the inside, he was crying. He was crying on the inside. He was depressed. He was sad. That whole time, nobody had any idea That whole time, Robin Williams getting up on stage, doing those movies, acting a fool, making people laugh, acting goofy, he was self-projecting. On the inside, he was fucking crying. And it's really fucking sad that more people don't have that inner strength that I have to just literally not give a fuck. Like I'm just beyond human understanding, I guess. As I said, I've lost my taste for flesh. So if I've lost my taste for flesh, I honestly don't give a good god fuck what anybody thinks. But everybody's not like me, so all I can say is, and I don't often even say this, but rest in peace to this brother. And what I've decided to do, because like I said, I'm working on this Duke Nukem project. Boy, somebody gonna find out. That's all I got to say. Somebody gonna find out, but that's coming. But and as it draws nearer, I'll give y'all little clues as to who and what I'm talking about. But that's coming down the line. But I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop holding off on you guys, and I'm gonna release the videos that I do have while I'm working on this project and while I'm handling business in my personal life, and just release what I had, the content that I have, and do it that way. Because also the other thing that I kind of got from this was, you can't really say that a suicidal person doesn't know when they're leaving here, because they're planning on leaving here. But it did kind of put into perspective how short life is. And I was thinking, for some strange reason, like when I heard this story, like after I got over the initial shock, and I know a lot of y'all don't know who this brother was, but trust and believe, if you knew who Renegade #1 was, trust and believe, like you'd be blown away at how wise this brother was. And he was able to get his message out with doing a lot less cussing than what I do. Okay? Somebody please, I don't have the luxury of time to do it, but somebody please, he don't have that many videos, download all his videos. So just in case they flag his, because I don't think he was on any other social media but YouTube. Somebody download all his videos, please. So we always had his brother, in our hearts and minds. And we're always able to re-upload his content. I might make a special channel. I'm thinking, in memory of this brother, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dedicate a special channel on FS Avenger to him, and his content. So, because you guys may have remembered, I actually uploaded and featured one of his videos on my channel not too long ago. And that was the guy, Renegade #1. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a special channel dedicated to him. So we'll always have his content. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna release the content. Oh, that's what I was about to fucking say. I'm sorry, y'all. Again, I'm just waking up. I've been ripping and running, so I'm kind of fucking mentally fucking fatigued. When you're on the road as much as I am, it's just so much shit. But for some reason, after I got over the initial shock of this brother taking his life, one of the things that came to my mind was that, like, I'm on the road so much. Like, if I hold off all this content from y'all until I get to that big project, or even the Black Zebras White Lions project, like, who knows, one day I might get killed in a car accident on the highway or something. And then if I get killed in a car accident, like, y'all will never see all those videos that are already produced. Like you never fucking know what the fuck's gonna happen. So Fuck it. I'm gonna go back to releasing a video every 2 days um until I get to this project, and we're just gonna do it like that. And part of that is gonna be as a result of, you know, just I didn't think this was gonna happen. I thought honestly, well, I'm gonna leave that alone. But I thought it would maybe it would be more likely something else than suicide. But you know, if it ever reached that extreme, but you know, um, yeah, rest in peace to this brother, man. That's it's fucked up because he just spoke such real shit, and it's just proof that you never really know what the fuck somebody's fucking going through. But anyway, thanks so much for listening, and talk to you later, guys.